was going to tell you that's a cute shirt.
Oh, it was.
I like that we're getting this on. I hope that stays on the intro.
Oh, yeah.
This is how wholesome we are. We're like, cute shirt, selfie. Intro. Clap.
That was the clap.
That was like in your face.
I liked that. I could feel it. I could feel the SPLs.
I just want to clap on your record. Hire me to be your clap artist.
Wait, you're the clap?
Yeah, I am the clap. yeah.
I've heard about you.
Yeah. The CLAPP, the clap. Welcome to the Wholesome Music Podcast.
This is your DIY podcast about DIY music.
My name is Augustus Watkins. My pronouns are he, she, or they. I am a musician. I do traditional music PR, and I have a record label that is called Give Take here in Los Angeles.
Yes. My name's Cam LJ. You're here with us at Secret Spot DTLA. My pronouns are he, they, or she. I'll really accept anything that you want to call me. And I am also a songwriter, producer, and I do a lot of music things.
We're going to talk about how to communicate, some strategies for how to communicate with gatekeepers.
Yes.
Gatekeepers are a thing. The gates are being kept.
Apparently, we're both gatekeepers.
Yeah, we talked about that. We're going to talk about specifically the way Cameron is a terrible, horrible.
I'm not. Like, just DM me.
Gatekeeper.
Talk to me. My gates are open and maybe too open.
Cameron's gates are just.
You know what? We're gonna cut that.
We got some news about Bad Bunny. We've got some news about 21 Pilots. We've got some news about Temu.
Yes,
I say it wrong every fucking time.
But you got it this time.
Harry Styles is up in this. The Gizz.
Yes, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Nicely done.
Yes.
And then a story about that involves Tesla dead bodies in Labubu.
That's right.
And
D4VD.
A story that involves assault with a deadly hose.
Garden hose.
And well-known friend of the pod, Kanye.
Yeah. Just consistent updates about this, man.
You know, we really look forward to hearing what Kanye has done at all times.
Kanye's the best, guys. You know, sometimes you gotta see past the hate.
Kanye West holding it down. So if you're watching on YouTube, give us a like, give us a subscribe, share to your friends, and if you're listening on any of the other platforms, obviously do the equivalent on those platforms.
Do that.
Follow us.
5 stars.
Give us the stars. We're out here every week doing the most.
Doing it every time.
Speaking of which, we didn't mention
we're in a new space.
Yeah. So for those of you who are listening instead of watching, too bad, you'll never know. But for those of you who are watching, you can see we have a nice new podcaster wall. We've joined like the
pros.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've
like,
up leveled just for you.
With the wooden wall.
With the wall slot.
You've done a really nice job. It looks really nice.
You like it?
Yeah, we got it. So let us know what you think. we got the same old lights. We got the same old cameras. We got a couple new camera angles.
But we got the same old people too.
We got the same old fuddy duddies
and the same old show coming to you.
So let's do it.
Let's get into it.
All right.
Sorry.
So normally I kind of I prep you on these topics, but we were too busy fucking around. So
we were having adventures.
I was singing songs. We were having a time. We were talking about North Hollywood sex parties that people didn't get to,
that they didn't make their way to because they came to the secret location in DTLA.
And as a result, so some horny people didn't get to fuck.
No.
But
cock block.
These people who are horny for information about the music industry.
We're just cock blocking them with this long-winded introduction.
My apologies to you and your info cocks. Here we go. Gatekeepers.
Yes.
So gatekeepers are a necessity. They are a reality.
Yes, they are.
And we're never going to get to a situation where you will always have gatekeepers. If you are
to some degree,
if you are Beyonce, the gates are still being kept from you. I mean, you know, if you are Lionel Richie, there are still gatekeepers. Like there's no point in anyone's career. And I want to preface with this because I think it gets frustrating for a lot of us sometimes when you feel like, God, if I could just get these fucking gatekeepers to notice me, to pay attention, to, you know, to let me through the gate, I could get my shot. And to some degree, that's true.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about how to communicate with gatekeepers.
Okay.
So you do some gatekeeping. There's some things that you do.
I do some gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Am I keeping of the gates?
No, I mean we all do. I think it's, you had like this was kind of what I'm saying. Like if you have a function in the music, I didn't mean to like put that on you.
like gatekeeper, gatekeeping, motherfucker.
Speaking of assholes, no, like sorry that came out wrong. But like in your
escapades,
yeah, in your position in the music industry, because you know there are times that you have to gatekeep.
Yeah, sure.
There are times that I have to gatekeep. I have a record label, so like there's.
Let's define that for people.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
What do we mean? Like when we're saying gatekeeping, what do we mean?
I think we're like largely what I'm talking about is the people who you need to get to fuck with you so that you can kind of do what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
So these are music bloggers are kind of like a pretty kind of classic gatekeeper, record label people, booking agents that you're like, hey, I really want to get on your tour.
Like you.
Yeah. Hey, I want to get on your tour. Like, emailing like a venue or a talent buyer. I want to get on a show.
How do I perform here?
Yeah. There are like, did I say DJs? There's lots of ways that the gates are being kept, influencers, right? You're like, hey, can I come and be on your thing? And they're like, no or yes, right?
No, I'm good.
So,
That's cute, though.
well, and I say no because for the majority of the time, your pitch is
going to be no.
Yeah. You pitch and they just tell you no.
Yeah.
Like that's just what happens.
That's the reality.
Yeah. So, because we talked about this a little, like a couple episodes back about how it just takes one yes.
Yes. And, I think really quickly to put a positive spin on it, I think this is true in every industry, right?
Yeah.
Like this is something, no matter what you do, you're going to find those moments where you're like, okay, for me to get to the next level of where I want to be, I got to get this person to say yes, or I've got to get this opportunity, or I've got to find a way that I can make my thing work with this other person.
A job interview is a gatekeeper.
Yes.
Trying to get into a new college, that's a gate. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big gate.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are all
declined from Harvard.
So don't don't be like and I think that's a cool framing. I like the way that you said that because I do think it's important because I think maybe it's just me, but I can get a little bit annoyed sometimes. You're like, I gotta get through these people, but you have to get through these people. Yeah. So
you're buying a house, you got to get through the people. You got to get through the bank who's going to give you the loan. You got to get through all of the steps.
Yeah, that's so like, we're talking about the music industry here, but there are things that I think you can apply to life.
Yes.
So
life lessons with the Wholesome Music Podcast.
So I kind of want to talk about maybe some ways that you've learned and I've learned to communicate with gatekeepers.
Yeah.
You can't always just barge your way through, but there are some things that you can do to just maybe make things a little easier and a little harder. So I think the first thing to set up is that when you are emailing somebody or you're DMing somebody who's like, who's important, right? Who has a position. There's a really strong chance that this person gets
a lot of emails.
Yeah, 1,000 emails a day. 2,000 emails a day. So one of the things is they're kind of looking for reasons to skip you, to dismiss you. Like they don't have time to engage with you.
Yeah, most people have like prerequisites.
Yeah.
So like if you're gonna send me a song. And like, I'm not in this situation, but I know other people who are.
Sure.
If you're, say, like a music supervisor, you're going to have prerequisites. You're going to be like, okay, these are all MP3s. Skip.
Yep.
Not downloading, not saving to my computer. Who has links? Who has cleared music? And if you don't have one of those or whatever the person is looking for, you're just going to immediately get skipped.
Yeah. So that's like So I kind of wrote that down is to kind of understand their needs. And try to minimize the reasons why they would just dismiss you straight out of hand.
Yeah.
And part of understanding their needs also includes like the context for which they work. So we're musicians, there's a little bit of empathy that you can do here.
Yeah.
Like you can you really can imagine what it's like to be a person who's getting a writer, whatever, or a music supervisor, and you get 1,000 emails a day, and you got to pick the right one. So, like, what would you do? Like, you're not going to get it completely right, but it can help as an exercise.
Absolutely, it'll help you get your head into the right space.
Yeah.
So can you cut the fat in your email? Is there anything that you're writing that is not like, do you need to send a page of information, or can this be, edited down into 2 or 3 paragraphs?
Yeah, and some things like, what's the most important things? What's the hierarchy of information?
I think whenever I'm sending out an email to anybody, I think about how am I providing value here?
Yes. Yeah.
What is my offer? What is it that like I'm giving them so that I'm not just saying, hi, I know you booked this venue. I really want to play. You should choose me.
Yep.
I want to say, like, I want to reframe that and say, hey, I have 45 people I can bring out any night of the week. And I would like to bring them to your venue.
Yes.
I would like to provide this value to you. I know my audience will drink this much in beers and in sell this much at the bar. I'd like to bring that business to you.
Yeah.
What day would be convenient for you for me to do that?
Well, and I will say specifically with booking agents, you kind of, they do actually want to say, they want to know what dates you're thinking of.
What day are you thinking?
But they want to say, like, here's, September 21, so 22 or 23. These are the dates that I'm thinking. Does that work for you? And this is kind of gets to something to your point of knowing there's a little bit of trial and error that you'll learn about, like, what it is that, how you provide value for them, what it is that they need. But you can go, like, I'll link if I remember, but Yuma, who we talked about last week.
Amazing.
They have a wonderful series put up by The Witching Hours. I'm sorry, I'm going to forget her name. I'll see if it comes to me as I talk about it. But she has a wonderful series called Go Book Yourself.
Okay.
Where she talks about kind of like what she's looking for when she gets it. Marina is her name. And what she's looking for to get pitches. And so like, and you can find that information for anybody who you're pitching to. So like music supervisors, venues, talent buyers, record labels, agents, whomever, bloggers, whomever. So that point that you said about adding value, and that's the difference between like, hey, it's like it changes the energy from pick me energy, to like I have to something I can give you,
a way we can work together.
I will say a lot of people, like with press and writers, like I do PR, one of the things that they're looking for is the minimum amount of friction. I think this is true for everybody. They're looking for the minimum amount of friction that it takes to do the thing. So like if you put the press release in the body of the email, like along with the links, along with the link to the photo and link to the song, and so it's all right there, so they don't have to reply and go, hey, could you get back to me on the thing, or they don't have to go on Google and go, your band name MP3, right? They don't have to do that.
They don't have to do that footwork. It's already there
in the email.
Another thing that I think can set you apart if you're specifically trying to book events at DIY venues is be the person that already has your own flyer. If I don't have to make the flyer, I might be that much more interested. And I might know if you send me a great flyer that you're clearly already going to promote or are planning to promote. I know I'm saving money because you're also doing some legwork advertising the event. And
like along with that, like having a bill. Like you're like, I got like 3-4 artists that are ready to go. They all agreed. So you just give me a date, then I'll confirm with them, and then good to go. We've got a show. Like that's that thing of like then they see that email and they go like, all right, so they got the date, I got the bands, and like I see they even have a flyer. Like this is easy to say yes to. This is an easy yes. And so like that, like versus a bad email might be like, hey, can I get a show at your venue? ? Send. And people like they're not, and like I'm not even gonna send a no. No, you're not. I'm not even saying no. I'm waiting till you come back more professionally and you're like, hey, I want this day, I'm gonna do these things, and this is why I want to do it here. Like imagine, that's why I go back to like, imagine that you're them and they're like, would they really be like, okay, well then yes, I could be interested, tell me about your band. Like they're not gonna they're like, nope, thank you though. They're not into, like, they're interested, but like this is their job. And well, there's not that much time. No one has time for that much friction. So if I need to go and research, and I already have Augustus, who sent me a link in bio, sent me performance examples so I can hear what your music is going to sound like. And you sent me a flyer and you told me what day. And I'm already looking for someone for that day because I might have searched in my email August 29th. Like, okay, cool. Well, great. You came up. You're the one. It sounds great. Looks good. Yes. Yeah. Interested. Let me know. Let's confirm for this day. Send. All right. Now I'm finished
finished my task of the day.
Right.
So
now you can start doing shots.
Yes, I can. No, I probably shouldn't. I should go back to work.
Because that's the thing. Because you got 29 more days.
I've only booked the 29.
So like you're trying to book like we as an
30
artist,
days.
As an artist, you might be trying to book a show a month. As a talent buyer, they're trying to book a show a night.
At least.
Yeah.
Probably 2.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
if you're, and especially if you're representing more than one venue,
Yeah.
like which you'll find here,
Yep.
people who represent more than one venue and are like, well, I might not be able to fit you here. This is true for bars too. Bars who will have like one owner that represents multiple bars.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Grand 7.
Yeah.
They have a number of bars
Yeah.
in that family. And so like another way you could maybe be friendly and knock out more than,
Or you're a promoter, and so you work in multiple venues.
Yes.
So, you have a night. You have like a set of like cumbia night that you just do at the club. And so it's like, oh, like I'm a cumbia artist, or like I'm a cumbia DJ, and I want to do this. Like if you just gave them all that information, that makes it so easy for them to go, oh hell yeah.
let me throw you in this. I already got a vibe for you. That's perfect.
And this actually maybe speaks to something else that's important. Is like, I hate it. Always gets repeated, and it gets a little annoying. But like, do your research.
Yes.
Like,
please do your research.
Don't, if you are a cumbia artist, don't pitch to a dark wave night.
to hip hop night.
Yeah. Just like, because like
to 90s rap night.
Yeah. Don't do it. Yeah. Don't pitch to like, Drake night. It's not.
Maybe don't pitch to Drake night at all.
Just don't pitch. just stay home. But that that research thing is really important, right? And they can tell, and you can, there's like a minimum amount of stuff that you can do, and just to be like, hey Cameron, I have a show that I'd really like to do at Secret Spot DTLA on March 21st, blah blah blah, like versus just being like, hey, can I get a date? Send. Like and they can feel that difference.
Another thing that I think is really important that we can kind of like really briefly touch on is time. Don't ask for a show this week. Don't ask for a show in 4 days, 5 days, 10 days, at least 14 days minimum. Bare fucking minimum.
Yeah.
If you are already friendly with this person, maybe you get 2 weeks, but that's fast. Like you need at least 2 to 4 weeks to promote if you're gonna even have a chance. So don't waste someone's time by saying, hey, can we do this show next week?
Yeah. And venues are 3 to 6 months out.
Yeah.
So like
depending on where you're booking, like no, don't expect to book something in the next 3, 4, or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's all.
You're not,
It's just a waste of your time.
And to that end, it's there. You get to understand the more you do this, the rhythms of the people who you're pitching to.
Yes.
You'll know, like, all right, I got to book shows. I'm maybe 4 to 6 months out. I'm trying to book press. That's maybe more like 2 to 3 days out. Like, you'll get a sense of, or 2 to 3 weeks out. I'm trying to secure a premiere for my music video. Like, there are rhythms to these things.
Yeah.
And you'll learn that as you go.
Absolutely.
So that's like a nice kind of overview, I think, on what on kind of how to talk to gatekeepers. Yeah. If you're the kind of person who is a gatekeeper, you could maybe talk about what it is
like
that
us.
you look for. Yeah. You can talk about what it is that you're looking for. If you have some pitch secrets, some things that you learned.
Pitch us at the Wholesome Music Podcast. We won't gatekeep you.
DM us, send us a pitch. I'd like that. I don't know if this is gonna work.
Yeah, this is the one.
I got a bad pitch. I got a pitch on our TikTok.
Hit me with it.
It was like, I won't name names. I don't even remember. But it actually says something, right? But they were like, hey, since you're a music podcast, here's my new record.
Okay. Was it good? Did you listen?
No, I didn't fucking listen.
Send it to me. I want to hear it.
It had nothing to do with what we had. It's a really good example of how that provided no value. It was really clear that they just searched for music podcasts.
Maybe they listened.
They
That's
didn't.
some value.
They didn't.
How do you know?
Because if they had listened, they'd know that we don't review music.
They wanted a review?
Yeah, they wanted.
They thought we were the internet's busiest music nerd? They thought we were Anthony Fantano?
They just sent us, like, we don't feature music. Why would you send me your album? And that's a really good example of like understanding who you're pitching to.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So send us your pitch. Why not?
Or don't.
Yeah. Or don't. Because I won't read it. So we've kind of got from here something completely unrelated to gatekeepers.
Where do we go from here?
Let's ponder.
thinking man.
Good night, everybody. We got some news articles.
Yes.
And we're just gonna kind of talk. There's just been a lot of things happening.
There's been a lot going on.
It's 2025 and it just never stops.
It never ends.
So the first one we're gonna talk about is Bad Bunny.
Yes.
So he is organizing a world tour, but skipping America, which is insane.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That would be unfathomable if this were 20 years ago.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's unfathomable 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, America is where you want to be. It's where the money is. It's where the culture is. But he's skipping it because he's afraid of ICE. He's afraid of ICE fucking with his audience.
That's actually really beautiful.
Yeah, right.
Like that's one of the most caring things you could do for your audience.
Yeah, I mean,
which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Bad Bunny, he's a mensch.
Yeah.
So this is from an article in ID. The author is Suzy Exposito. In 2020, Bad Bunny's... Oh, just a little context for how, like... I know, like, we know who Bad Bunny is, but like, in 2020, his third album, El Último Tour del Mundo, became the first all-Spanish language album to go #1 in Billboard.
Wow.
So it's not like... You know, it's like... I just think it's like to contextualize, like, how big Bad Bunny is to do this. And then in his 2022 LP, Un Verano Sin Ti, became the most streamed album ever on Spotify.
Wow.
This is like, you know,
that's huge. Yeah. That's incredible.
So like were you talking about like the culture shifting? There's examples of like you'll get on the internet and you'll be like, oh, like, this is ruining America's standing, but like here's a pretty clear-cut example of like how something like ICE and something like the administration in general like has direct impact on people's lives, we know, but on like the culture that we live in at large.
Yeah, and economic drivers like tours like Bad Bunny's tour is much like a Taylor Swift tour.
Yeah.
Where this is going to stimulate economies and obviously it's going to stimulate Bad Bunny's bank account, which he's forfeiting, but it's also forfeiting all of the cities, all the places that you would bring the tour to, all of the people who would be hired on the tour, all the people who would be employed. So, you know, there's kind of more than just like a one-stop effect.
And then behind that, there's cultural capital. Yeah. If huge global artists like Bad Bunny are just going, no, I'm not going to America. Like the signal that sends to like what our culture is, what we like the times that we live in, and like what America stands for is like pretty. I think that puts a really strong signal, right?
Yeah, it does.
Like.
Well, it shows you how much we've shifted.
Yeah, yeah, and how much we stand to lose by doing this. Yeah, beyond just like, I mean, not to minimize this, like people's lives being crushed by ICE. So I'll read a quote here. I think this was translated from Spanish, but there were many reasons why I didn't show up in the U.S. and none of them were out of hate. I've performed there many times. All of the shows have been successful. All of them have been magnificent. I've enjoyed connecting with Latinos who have been living in the U.S., but specifically for a residency here. Skip that. I've enjoyed connecting with Latinos who've been living in the U.S. But there was the issue of like fucking ICE could be outside, and it's something that we were talking about and very concerned about. Yeah. So he's just aware that he has a Latino audience, and I mean it's like a really scary thought, but like that's like we're in LA, right? So ICE has been up here. Like, it's the kind of thing they would do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I think that kind of like pre-thought for your audience. Yeah. Like obviously we've seen the opposite. We've seen things like Astro World where they're like not that kind of extra protection taken for fans. Right. And things get out of control. Like essentially if you can put in the extra thought and like, protect your audience, that's where we should be.
Yeah. And that's like, and like you said.
But it's hard. It's hard. Like hard to say I'm going to cancel dates. Hard to say I'm going to like not do a tour because I'm sure there are a lot of people who are like, we're about to eat, about to go on tour, about to be on Bad Bunny tour, bro. We're about to make so much money.
The conversation that you must be having if you're Bad Bunny and on Bad Bunny's team to be like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, here's like,
hey man, this is great, but like, I want to make sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of money at stake. Like, so like, I should like shout out to Bad Bunny, like
For real.
Yeah,
Huge shout out.
Yeah, he's a real one.
Yeah.
So that's happening. If you want to go see Bad Bunny, you need to leave the country to do it, or at least go to Puerto
Rico.
And
I'm sure people will.
Did you know that?
I can guarantee U.S. audiences will fly out of the country just like they did to see Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Just like they do to see all the other concerts that they can go to cheaper in a foreign place.
Yeah.
I think you will see that happen.
Well, he did a they'll all go to Mexico for if they're in Southern California.
Absolutely.
He did a big residency in Puerto Rico where he's from, of course. So that was a huge
go there.
Yeah. So that's like shout out to Bad Bunny, but I also think this is a bit of a canary in the coal mine. For
something we might need to watch out for.
Yeah.
Keep our eyes on.
How U.S. culture is shifting.
Yeah.
And because they talk about more and more and more about how
U.S. culture sucks.
Well, yes, but one of the things we've talked, and we profiled this in a previous episode too, about how streaming is really changing and going for like a local audience first strategy.
Okay,
and we know that like music from the global South is really having a moment right now.
Yeah.
And so typically the ambitions for these, like they would have local ambitions. They're going to make hella money at home. But then typically you would come up and you'd like, if you really want to do it, you'd come through America. But now if that's not happening, and I have a feeling other people are not going to do this, like this is like a total shift.
Honestly, I think part of it's economic. I think Americans aren't spending what they spent before. I think we're not buying in the music market. Americans aren't demanding that like place that we had. The U.S. does, and I specifically mean the U.S. The U.S. isn't demanding the, like if we were to have this conversation in like 1995, it would have to do with how many more sales you would make here. It would have to do with like higher prices. You're able to sell at a higher price in the American market than you are in other markets. And that's just, you can sell that same streams anywhere in the world. Streams are streams, and tickets are tickets anywhere.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, I guarantee if you do a US tour, you're going to make good money. If you're at Bad Bunny level,
but you would make good money, the same good money you would make in any other country.
But this is a very, very, very
Europe
important
spending
global
that money.
Music money.
Europe spending that money.
Yeah, for sure. But this is such an important global music market.
India's spending that money more.
China,
spending that money probably more.
Yeah.
So this market is maybe going from like where we grew up was like a first tier market.
Yeah.
And I think we're very much seeing America become like a second tier consumer market, as opposed to being like the bull market that we had previously, where we were just buying and consumers were like reliable.
Yeah. That really says what I was trying to say really well. Is like this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Or this is just this has already begun, but this is just one more sign about that.
This is the start.
21 Pilots, your favorite band. They are suing Temu. I've never known.
Yes, Temu.
I always want to say Temu, but it's Temu.
People say that, but that's wrong.
Okay, it's Temu.
Yeah, and I got a Temu notification right now.
Oh, okay, nice.
No, not nice.
Did you like?
I actually did. Yeah.
Do you think it happened because we were talking about it?
I hope not. I like to think that's not why it happened.
I bet it did. 21 Pilots is suing Temu for merch trademark infringement. This comes from Music Business Worldwide, Daniel Terser. 21 Pilots alleges that Temu, quote, manufactures and sells a myriad of items that are counterfeit or blatant copies of plaintiff's artwork, trademarks, and intellectual property. So we'll put the link in the article. You can see it is blatant.
It's 1-to-1, baby. Like, that's crazy. I saw that. I thought that was really wild. Like, can you imagine like waking up, going to Target and seeing your merch on the shelf sold, knowing it wasn't licensed from you.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, we want to buy it. No. We just saw it, looked good, replicate, sell.
We're just going to sell it. So apparently the lawyer who did this also represented the estate of MF Doom.
Yep.
So apparently this has already happened more than once.
Yeah.
One of the key things to understand, which I didn't know, Temu on Temu. I'm sorry, Temu. Unlike Amazon, and
think Team U.
Okay, Temu. Unlike Amazon or Alibaba, they're a vertical platform. So they're not like a sales platform where other people are coming in and selling on their platform. It's like if Temu is selling it, Temu is making it.
Yeah.
Or like specifically licensing it. So
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, at least according this is what the lawsuit says. And
okay.
I'm kind of inclined to believe
them
at this
of course.
Point.
I didn't know that. I assumed they were more like Amazon, where they would have third-party sellers.
Yeah. So that's why, like, because there's bootleg stuff is on Amazon and eBay
of course,
and Etsy all the time. But this is why Temu is different. It's because Temu themselves,
pure bootleg,
is the one who's doing it. Temu. This is a quote from their lawsuit. Quote: Temu is known to exercise ironclad control over what products are sold on its platforms, how much they're sold for, and how they are manufactured. Meaning, Temu essentially functions as a vertically integrated manufacturer and retailer, making it even more, quote, vulnerable to claims that it sells pirated products. So that's like, so I think it's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, this will be an interesting story. I thought it was like kind of crazy too, like just seeing that, like, okay, they're like, can you like just thinking about this as an artist, like waking up, like, or as even an artist you're working with, you wake up and you're like, oh my God,
we did that. Yeah. Well, and what's happening is because there's no money in streaming. Artists are turning to merch,
of course, direct to fan sales.
And so there used to be like the bootleg industry kind of used to be like, that's fine, like the guys, guys selling the T-shirts outside of the concert for like $25 less, and like sometimes they're even cooler designs. Like,
now it's like cutting into your bottom line.
Exactly. So they at the bottom of this article they talked about Benson Boone filed a lawsuit over allegedly counterfeit goods sold outside his concerts.
Wow.
In 2023, Harry Styles launched a lawsuit. 2022, Nirvana sued around 200 online sellers for counterfeit goods.
If you're outside my concert, even if you're selling 20 shirts, that's 20 shirts I'm not selling.
Yeah.
And like my team, I'm not getting 100% of every T-shirt sale.
Yeah.
So I'm losing money.
Yeah. And like the reason why merch is so expensive is because it's like they need that money.
Especially if you're not at an arena size. I think that's going to be a noteworthy chunk.
Even if you are arena size. I mean, so then this is and then this is kind of funny at the bottom of this. They talked about an example from Luke Combs, who's a big country artist.
Of course.
He successfully sued over 200 online sellers of counterfeit goods. One of them turned out to be a fan who sold 18 tumblers featuring Combs' likeness via Amazon, making $380 in the process, and was ordered to pay $250,000.
Whoa.
Combs ended up apologizing and absolving the fan of the money owed to him.
I think that's a little excessive. Might have taken it a bit too far.
I'd say so.
One step too far.
So, I don't know, because the old days, we'll wrap up on this. The old days, you remember the big Napster lawsuit where it was like this lady in like North Dakota. She was like the one they made an example of, and she ended up. She owed like millions of dollars. The record label math for what she.
When she had downloaded pirated music.
Yeah,
I do remember this.
Because she had downloaded like 150 songs or whatever, and they're like, "Yeah, you owe us $2.4 million." And it was like, well, this is record label math, so yeah,
that's what it costs. That's the damages you incurred.
It was. So we got a couple news stories. We'll wrap up here and then come back for a few more.
I love that.
I'm just saying, it was kind of gross.
It is kind of gross.
Baby stud.
It's the bottles of baby oil that I have for the parties.
Go on.
Well, it wasn't happening here.
We heard about those sex parties earlier, and now suddenly your story changes.
Well,
He's like, it was in North Hollywood.
They were confused.
Well, they didn't stay.
Okay. What do you have for us? What are we doing? What's the vibe?
Speaking of sex parties, the one of the sexiest bands of all time, King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
The Wizard Lizard?
I said Wizard Lizard, but it's Lizard Wizard.
I love that.
Woo! I might have said that wrong every single time. Now that you mentioned.
Now that we say that,
now that I'm saying, because I didn't pay attention that much. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard are back in the news this week. I
did think it was backwards when I read it the first time.
Maybe it is.
No,
here's their URL.
I think we said it backwards the first time.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
But we said Wizard Lizard before.
I would have always, yeah.
But in my mind, it's always going to be Wizard Lizard.
Apologies to King Gizz. That's what the
What's up, Gizz?
That's what the according to this, the article like went out of their way to specify that they have a nickname for their fans, which is King Gizz.
King Gizz.
So sorry to King Gizz for getting your name wrong. They were in the news recently. We talked about this in our Leaving Spotify episode.
Yes.
Which a few episodes back, about how they're one of the artists that led the way in pulling their music off of Spotify.
Yes,
They've been very vocal about it. It's been cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Now they put all their music up on Bandcamp.
Yes.
As a name your own price download.
They did, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, you're not giving away your work. You're not like giving it away for free, but you're letting people tell you what they think it's worth. You've experimented with this.
Oh yeah, we do it. Yeah, but they actually, when you do Bandcamp, you can choose whether you can let people name a price of zero. And in fact, they did.
Yeah.
So we'll get into it. So a lot of people got the King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard music for free. So at the time of writing, the entire top 25 digital albums on Bandcamp were all from King Gizzard.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're very prolific. Of course,
they
do like 5 albums a year. They're just insane.
Just
like that.
Output.
They're just an insane kind of band. So their quote, their post was, "Hello friends, a PSA to those unaware. Spotify CEO Daniel Ek invests millions in AI military drone technology. We just removed our music from the platform. Can we put pressure on these Dr. Evil tech bros to do better? Join us on another platform." So, I read this wrong. So I had thought that they had actually some notes on what I know how King Gizzard payout broke down, but I was moving too fast. So this is an old study. This is from 2007. So like music
shifted. Yeah,
music habits have changed. But in 2007, a study by the internet research group ComScore analyzed the pay your own price, name your own price thing. 38% of people paid an average of $6. The rest paid nothing. And then they would. Oh,
is this album length?
Here's what happened.
Okay,
this is why I was like reading this article and I was like,
what's going on? Real
time comprehension.
Yes,
this is podcasting without limits. I'm sorry. Let me back up. So the context for this was they were talking about the leaders in this was Radiohead. Mm-hmm. They were the first to do this name your own price thing when they did In Rainbows.
Okay.
So they dropped that record. This is about that. In 2007, they 38% of people paid an average of $6 and the rest of the people paid nothing. And then later the physical album came out and that sold a ton. So sorry about that, but it is cool that King Gizzard is doing this.
Yeah.
Presumably they're making a fair amount of money off of this, which is, as we talked about, Bandcamp was direct to sales, direct to
fan sales.
Thank you, direct to fan sales. So King Gizzard continues to kind of blaze a trail and
continues to make their way into the headlines.
Yeah,
make it a little indie highlight, indie spotlight.
I wanted to also mention something that was also pretty interesting about King Gizz.
That's easier.
Just as a note, is they have this whole thing where they offer a ton of records for sale, as they call them the bootlegs. Mm-hmm. Where like many of their records, they're like this is royalty free. If you are a bootlegger, you're a manufacturer, you're a record label, you can just take our albums and sell them.
We talked about this when we were talking about like repackaging products, and we were talking about like different formats.
Yeah,
and
because I'm in the mini disc world.
Yeah, and they would get printed onto the mini discs.
So whenever there's like a big mini disc,
which aren't the mini discs. When we talked about it, I was thinking of.
They're not the micros and they're not the small CDs that go on the tray. No, they're actual mini disc. Like in the Matrix, when Neo opens the book and he has to give the disc
like a floppy disk
to the the woman with the white rabbit.
Yeah,
that's a mini disc. It's like
that. Like
there's a 1999 deep cut for you there. The deep cut of the Matrix. If you haven't heard of it, it's a pretty small art film. So yeah, no, they're mini discs. So like whenever there's like a big mini disc event, for instance, you'll see like it's kind of the same thing where they'll be like the top 50 mini disc albums of the year, and like 40 of them will be King Gizzard records, because their fans really like their shit. But then they'll do these bootleg things, and then what King Gizzard has said is that They're just like, all we ask for is that you send us a copy, a handful of copies that we can sell on our own.
Yeah.
How many you send to us is up to you. That's just
awesome.
what we ask.
That's awesome.
So, I mean,
what better way to get your music out?
Yeah.
Like to get people actually listening to your songs.
Yeah. So, just like, as we talk a lot about strategy, there's more than one way to get behind the gate.
Yes. To get behind the gate.
Yeah.
I like that.
Just that's a little callback to segment 1.
Just
from the professional podcasters here who read their articles and really pay attention.
Really dive deep. we really dive deep.
We're doing good here. So you have some articles for us.
I do. I have some fun stories for us. It's been a heavy week. I know we're going through a lot, but this week, I want to call this segment like TMZ in our backyard, or like the TMZ catch up, because this is your trashiest news that I can get for you, brought and fed right into your face.
Trashy music podcast.
So, we're both from Minnesota. This story brings us back home, brings us back to the Midwest, and specifically to Minneapolis. So singer D4VD last week found a dead body in his Tesla.
What?
Yeah. But it wasn't just like, oh my God, hey, I think there's a dead body in my Tesla. It was like a chopped up body, like already had been put into like some acid, some crazy shit. And wait, hold up. He didn't even find it. The police found it and his car was impounded.
And we don't know how the body.
Oh wait, we gonna get there.
Okay.
Oh girl, hold on. I got some.
All right.
So after this, I had to follow up on the story.
Okay. So a body showed up.
Yes, in a Tesla in an impound
that he owns.
Yeah, that was registered as his name.
Okay.
So like, D4VD is starting his world tour that day. He's like, yo, I'm about to be on tour.
Shit.
This is some Minneapolis shit, right?
Weird shit happened.
But it happened in LA.
Okay.
It happened so his car was found here in LA.
Okay.
That's why it's in our backyard, baby.
Okay.
It's right here. But where do you think he was playing first day? First day of the world tour, where would you go? Where would you go?
Wait, is he starting in Minneapolis?
He is starting the tour in Minneapolis.
Because a lot of artists do start in Minneapolis, I know, because it's a nice central location. So I don't know, like Fine Line or something? Like,
I don't actually know the venue that he was playing at in Minneapolis, but I do know the show was in Minneapolis, and it was his first show. And the day of the first show, the police call and are like, hey, I don't know how to tell you this, my guy, but looks like your car has a dead body in it. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that. Apparently, he was incredibly cooperative. They did discover whose body it was. I don't want to get into all the details because not everything has come out, but he was giving out free Labubus the day of his show that he happened to find out that, and when it first came out, people were like, oh my God, is it D4VD? Was he the one in the car? But no, luckily it wasn't him. It doesn't look like it's him. It doesn't, it's just a crazy, weird happenstance.
Weird.
But
what a damn day.
I just thought that would be kind of
that's like, Dear Diary, today I was informed of a corpse in my, that's so weird.
On the day of the first day of my world tour.
Yeah.
That's just so crazy. But keeping in line with dead bodies and like kind of crazy, fucked up situations.
Go on.
I've got an update for you on Breaking Bad actor, Raymond Cruz. Were you a Breaking Bad fan? Okay, well, this man
couldn't get into it.
He was pretty recognizable in the show.
Okay.
He played Tuco Salamanca.
Okay.
And this is relevant for the story. I'm going to give you a little quick background if you don't know about Tuco.
Okay.
Tuco's a gangster.
Okay.
Tuco's like, he's I think he's the son or the nephew of the Kingpin.
Okay.
And so he's got that role all the time. This man, Raymond Cruz, who's the actor, he lives here in LA, and he was, let me just read this for you. Raymond Cruz has been released from police custody on his own recognizance and is due back in court on October 1st. Tough break for Cruz, the actor who brought the fan favorite villain Tuco Salamanca to life, caused cops to haul him in on suspicion of a misdemeanor, of a battery misdemeanor. The law enforcement sources tell TMZ someone called the police claiming Cruz assaulted their daughter, allegedly blasting her with a garden hose.
What?
So this man got arrested, and they go into detail, but let me fill you in. So this man's living in like his like, I don't know exactly where he is, but we're gonna assume nice posh home in LA.
Decent home.
His neighbor.
Yeah.
His neighbor's daughter, he had asked her to leave, and she wouldn't leave. She was like harassing him in his yard, and he fucking sprayed her down with the hose. It was like, get out of here, bitch! Come on, go!
So it was like a get off my lawn situation.
And they pulled him in, dragged him in, and he had to face the Tugo Salamanca situation. But,
oh my god!
But really, he was just spraying her down with some water.
Silver Lake. Okay, so like, what do we learn here? I don't know. This is pure America, right?
This is just
like
This is NIMBY. This is not in my backyard. This is the HOA is saying, actually spraying water. That's weight, and actually that is an assault. That's going to be an assault charge. So
I can't help but notice you're using your white lady voice when you say that.
I may be I apologize. I may be using the white lady voice.
Are we just 100% certain that this was a white person who called the cops? We're one. Right? I don't know if the article specifies it.
Close. I mean,
but I'm gonna go ahead and say.
I'm gonna say it's highly likely.
Yeah.
Maybe speculative. Allegedly. Allegedly.
An alleged white person. I'm sorry. That is some white shit right there.
I thought that would be just bring some levity to us. I have one more TMZ in our backyard catch up for us, and this one's just a little bit of a mini deep dive. It's about Kanye,
friend of the pod,
friend of the fucking pod. Nazi friend of the pod. Are you familiar with Donda Academy?
He had like a college, right? He was trying like a for-profit college.
It was like a high school, yeah.
Oh, it was a high school. Okay.
Yeah, and the whole idea of Donda Academy, named after his mom,
who was an educator.
Yeah, she was doctor. She was like a literal doctor, Dr. Donda West. He opened this school in 2022 and got some like really nice property in like fairly like West LA, like really, really cute spot. Hired teachers, was like, oh, I'm going to bridge. It gave some red flags to me because he's like, I'm going to bridge religion, music, and the arts and education together. Okay. And that was a big thing. But he got a lot of people interested. There had been some like wrongful termination things that came to light like last year and resulted in the school closing. Okay. So the school had already closed. And
wait, are you telling me that Kanye was acting out and just was doing something weird?
He fired these people, these teachers, after like being severely anti-Semitic and racist and problematic. And another thing that
our friend of the pod, Kanye, did this.
Our bestie Kanye West. Damn. Again,
you think you know a guy,
but you don't. So we thought this was, school closed last year. Thought that's kind of the end of the story, but it actually turns out that there's more. Kanye had avoided going to court and had just settled with everybody out of court, and now is being brought back into court due to another person. His name is Trevor Phillips, who is claiming that the school didn't have nurses, didn't have like safety precaution, didn't have basic school needs.
They had prayer though, so why not?
God was keeping them safe, so it's all good.
What's the problem here? I'm not hearing a problem.
I think, the court may agree with you, and Kanye's going to have to come in and talk with them.
Okay.
But Trevor Phillips does say, Ye made a habit of berating and bullying Black employees, including himself.
Including himself?
Yeah. No. This is Trevor saying this. Trevor was a student. Kanye was bullying himself.
They're suing Kanye.
It's so hard for me. I'm such a piece of shit. No, my recent comments have been really unsightly. I do need to stop. I need to get off Twitter.
In my defense, I am a piece of shit. Okay.
No, just to clarify, Trevor Phillips says, Ye made a habit of berating and bullying Black employees, including himself, at Donda. He's suing for discrimination, harassment, a hostile work environment, and a host of other things. So we'll see. We'll see where this court case goes.
You think he's going to get it? He'll probably settle, right? Because that's what Kanye does.
I mean, I hope it's for a lot.
Yeah.
I hope it's for a lot.
Yeah. Justice for Trevor.
Justice for Trevor. So that concludes my TMZ touch up, my catch up in the backyard. Maybe if you guys enjoyed this, I'll bring more of these to you.
But, I don't read this kind of junk. I'm a highbrow. I don't read this kind of stuff. I'm all like industry nerd speculation.
No, I'm there.
Yeah, no.
I just enjoy getting down and dirty with the gossip. You know,
you come in with the garden hose stories.
I just had to see my future. I know I can't move to Silver Lake now.
Yeah, watch out from the NIMBYs in Silver Lake. Let's do an outro.
Yes.
Then we'll do an intro.
We will.
You'll see. You won't see this.
But you will see that.
But we're going to do an outro first. Then you will see the intro, which we will have, by the time you've got to this part of the episode,
you will have seen that intro. Part.
But we haven't done it yet.
No.
And if that doesn't cook your noodle, then you're not high enough.
Might be. Oh, that's true. That's true.
Maybe burn one before you finish this episode. So that is
every time we say the, you gotta like hit the bong or like hit a joint, bro. Like every time we say the, like that's the idea. Like you can use the too, the and the.
I miss smoking. I do miss smoking like that.
I'm gonna get you faded one day.
Stupid.
One day I'm gonna get you so high you're gonna be like, I think I'm Ox Chord open mic. Good to meet you.
Well, dude, this is what happened. Like the other episode, like we had 2 episodes in a row where I forgot the name of our podcast.
That's true. That's real.
So I don't need weed.
I'm sure I have that footage.
All I'm saying is I don't need drugs to have a good time or to act a fool.
Okay.
Unlike some of us,
I'm divinely perfect. So I need to I need something that makes you a little less perfect.
Yeah, I am divinely a fuck up. And so I don't.
Damn, the way you just defined me was almost painful.
Couple of divine fuck ups signing off here. Thanks for watching. What's the name of our podcast again?
The Wholesome Music Podcast.
That's right. Thanks for watching the Wholesome Music Podcast.
Do the same things you always do. Like, subscribe, share the video. If you get the hype button, hit the hype button.
Yeah. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
If you have stories you want to share to us, you can always do that.
If you have something you want to hear us talk about, or you're like, damn, y'all missed that story, put it down below so we can know. Leave
a comment, send a DM. We'll get you. Thank you for the people who have it. A couple of people have been commenting and DMing. And
except for the person who said that we had the bad haircuts.
Oh, that was awesome. Someone said it was a TikTok comment. There was a YouTube comment. They said, what is this, the bad haircut convention? I don't know. I am a sensitive person, but you can roast us in the comments for the love of God.
Hit me with that. Give me all of it. I'm ready.
If you are engaging with us on a platform like Apple Podcasts or Amazon Podcasts,
but not
Spotify because we're not on there. Then give us the 5 stars.
Yes,
leave us a comment, and if the platform has a commenting system, we will get it, so you can leave a comment.
We will read your comments
and let us know what's up.
Beware.
And beware. We'll see you next week. The fuck ups will return.